Good to have you join us on this week's edition of Dateline Lagos. I'm Loretta Chiogo. Let's see what's coming on the program. Workers in Lagos State joined their counterparts across the world to commemorate the 2017 May Day with a rally. Governor Akinwumi Ambode seeks uniformity of fiscal and monetary policies to tackle recession as he hosts some members of the House of Representatives. Lagos unveils its digital library, an online learning platform for students and teachers. Also, the 2017 Lagos State Ministerial Press Briefing continues with more ministries and agencies presenting their midterm performance report. Now let's begin with activities of the 2017 May Day. Workers marked it across Nigeria, and here in Lagos, members of various labor unions converged on Agege Stadium to commemorate the day. Well, the issue of workers' welfare came to the fore again as union leaders seek government intervention.
The May Day rally in Lagos State was held under a cloudy weather that preceded an early downpour. That, however, didn't deter members of various unions who started converging on the Agege Stadium early enough at about 7 a.m. to celebrate the 2017 May Day. Governor Akinwumi Ambode joined in the celebration for the first time since he assumed office.
Mr. Akinwumi Ambode, Governor of Lagos State.
Dressed in defining colors, workers representing over 60 labor unions and trade associations in the state marched past before the state governor, who took the salute.
Nigeria Civil Service Union, Lagos State Council.
This year's theme, Labor Relations in Economic Recession, attempts to address the impact of the economy on the lives of workers. Lagos is one of the states where workers are paid promptly. Union leaders, however, listed demands expected to be addressed by the state government in cushioning the effect of economic recession on them. They include increase in the minimum wage, casualization of workers, review of the state pension scheme, among others.
Our senior citizens are being subjected to a difficult life after service as a result of the slow pace of their pension processing and payments. The genuine conception, intent and purpose of the new Pension Act are being trampled upon and gradually eroded. We are constrained by this development to passionately appeal to you, sir, to pep up the scheme. It is a bond between us, and the bond should be solidified. We must appreciate the Lagos State government for living up to our responsibilities. We, however, implore our people's government to let the improved economy on the state touch the workers who still bake the cake. This request is even more compelling with our new status as an oil-producing state.
We must come to terms with the reality that the prevailing economic situation is precarious. However, comprehensive steps are being taken on this disturbing development. It is becoming imperative to reform Nigeria to reflect the current realities.
They also made an appeal to the state government to rescind its decision to remove yellow commercial buses from the roads.
Your Excellency, sir, we are appealing to you to have a change of heart on this issue. As the removal of these buses will add more to the current hardship of common people of Lagos, this may further cause tension and destabilization of the already established safety.
Governor Ambode began by commending the leadership of labor unions for sustaining peace in Lagos State, adding that any industrial unrest will compound the challenges of economic recession.
Our administration is aware that in order to deliver effective and efficient service to the people, officers of the Lagos State Public Service must be continually equipped with the necessary competencies and skill. I want to seize this opportunity to urge the organized labor to continue to show understanding while rightly insisting on the due and just entitlements of their members. This is because any industrial unrest will compound the challenges of economic recession. Our government and other stakeholders in the management of our economy will continue to double efforts and explore innovative means of addressing the economic recession in order to make life abundant and worthwhile for the Nigerian workers, who are the real engines of growth in our country. I wish to commend the example of Lagos State to the entire nation in respect of industrial harmony. In this state, both the government and the organized labor, including the private sector unions, believe that negotiations are more democratic and effective than unilateral impositions by the government or unilateral demands by the workers. As we celebrate the robust and thriving economy of Lagos State, with GDP values competing favorably with those of other African countries, we must salute the hard work of factory workers and other laborers who spend their nights working shifts in our industrial undertakings.
The governor used the occasion to allay fears raised by workers on the effect of the planned removal of yellow commercial buses from the roads.
On the side that the chairman spoke about yellow buses, yes, if Lagos is to be globally competitive, we need to change the outlook of the way the city runs. What is of paramount interest to this government is to make sure that every Lagosian has a comfortable means of moving from one point to the other. But I promise you, there will be no job losses. The governor is not interested in driving all the new buses. It is these bus drivers, the technicians, the mechanics that will also still be employed and trained to use these new buses. Instead, we are going to employ more people for the greater number of the buses.
And a goodwill message from the head of service.
I make bold to say that in the history of this state, no administration has been able to bring the workforce closer to government to such an extent that the workers consider government as its own. Indeed, this is a testimony of the government of inclusion practiced by the governor of Lagos State. As we celebrate Nigerian workers today on the occasion of the 2017 May Day, I urge workers in the state to continue to discharge their civic responsibilities and rededicate themselves through improved service delivery to the citizenry. You should eschew disloyalty, indiscipline, nonchalance, and low productivity.
Workers believe they are critical stakeholders in the democratic system in Nigeria. The afterthought on the minds of many is how serious governments and other concerned institutions will take these demands.